Ladies and gentlemen, man is the most insane species. He worships an invisible God, yet slaughters a visible nature, not knowing that the nature he destroys is the very God he worships. Every day, over 200 species go extinct due to human reasons. That's right, 200 species wiped out from all existence every 24 hours. And why? All in the gleam of economic prosperity and traditional practices around the world. I'd like to share with you a personal experience of mine that allowed me to realize the effect of tradition on our environment. As a young boy, I traveled up to Haridwar, a sacred place by the banks of the river Ganga. Over there's a world-famous site called Har Ki Pauri, where millions of people immerse offerings in a famous Ganga Aarti, while a chant is offered in praise of the river goddess, the river Ganga. A glorious river is the lifeblood of India. A river venerated for millennia as a goddess and worshipped by perhaps 1 billion people. A river known in terms of spirituality, but unknown for her housing of biodiversity ranging from sharks to gharials and the prestigious Ganges river dolphin, one of only 4 river dolphins in the world. However, the river Ganga is also the world's most polluted river, and the majority of her species are critically endangered. A paradox, a river of life on the verge of death. Now, during this visit, my mother told me there are dolphins residing in the river. This, of course, sparked my curiosity. However, the first thing that came into my mind was, wouldn't the dolphins get hurt by all these offerings or accidentally eat them? Also, how were dolphins residing in waters so clearly polluted? After my expression of interest and concern, my mother later showed me a BBC documentary on the Ganga, where I came to learn about how the river was so polluted and how her species so close to extinction. It was then that I dwelled more and more into the subject and eventually founded my own cause to help protect the Ganga. In the year 2013, I founded my organization, Save the Spirit of the Sea, built as a youth organization led entirely by students. Can you imagine that just for a bowl of shark fin soup, over 100 million sharks are killed every year? Now, these are actual figures. I'm not making them up. 100 million. In the same way, the industry for ivory, which is decimating worldwide populations of elephants and rhinos, is being conducted on China's traditional beliefs of ivory being medicinal. On the contrary, actions such as these are often justified as being long-standing traditions of a country. Delving deeper, I researched more and more about the river Ganga. The more I realized the serious challenges that lay ahead for both the river and the species. I learned that the river dolphins of the Ganga had now genetically adapted to be born blind due to the terrible water quality of the river. In fact, there are now less than 1,800 Ganges river dolphins left, a fraction of their former range reaching up to 10,000 dolphins in the mid-20th century. I found out about a species I never even knew existed, the Ganges river shark, which is a small fish-eating shark only found in the river Ganga. I was even more saddened to know that this shark is on the brink of extinction with less than 100 remaining individuals. Upon reflection, I realized that knowing of the existence of a species is one thing, but acknowledging the plight they're going through is another. The river Ganga is believed to have the power to wash away your sins and purify the soul of a person who swims in her. She's also believed to be a mystical gateway into the afterlife. This, of course, has inspired multiple religious traditions which indirectly harm the river Ganga. In Allahabad, there's a place called Sangam, the confluence of 3 sacred rivers, the Yamuna, the Ganga, and the Saraswati. During an auspicious time in the Hindu calendar, there's a festival called the Kumbh Mela, where approximately 150 million people come to bathe inside the river Ganga. While this is an auspicious gathering, and perhaps one of the largest gatherings of pilgrims in the world, the effects that it has on the river Ganga is catastrophic. The dirt, waste, and pollution spread by the millions of people who attend the festival, as well as many other problems such as public defecation, cause major contamination of the waters of the Ganges. Furthermore, the effect that this mass movement has on the river is significant. Plastic offerings, covered up excrement, and shrunken riverbeds are the after effects of this great Mela. I'd actually like to quote a translation of the Ganga Aarti that takes place by the banks of the river Ganga. Chandra si jyoti tumari, jal nirmalata, sharan pare jo teri, so nartar jata. Ma Gange, hail to you. This means your aura is like the moon's light. Your sacred water is always pure. The one who takes shelter in you will cross all world's trouble. Ma Gange, hail to you. As a Hindu myself and a believer in the sacredness of the Ganga, our actions are not aligned with our aspirations of a pure and clean Ganga. What I find most poignant are the words, "Your sacred water is always pure," which is what the millions of Hindus who attend this festival continue to believe. Their actions, however, are contradictory, as our river Ganga is scientifically determined to be close to death, with hundreds of species being threatened by extinction. Her counterpart, the river Yamuna, has already been declared extinct in terms of the Yamuna being uninhabitable by any species. What we don't realize is the effect of our actions on the rivers and in turn their species. Yet it's a part of our tradition to continue to immerse offerings, supposedly in praise of the river Ganga. Hundreds of millions of people believe in the tradition of immersing ashes of their dead into the river Ganga, as it's supposedly a gateway into the afterlife. This has multiple environmental consequences, reducing the water quality of the river and harming the species of the Ganga. However, the main problem is that the majority of India's population is too poor to afford the complete cost of wood to cremate a body, hence immerse partially burnt bodies into the river Ganga. As a result, thousands of bodies have been seen floating downstream the waters of the Ganges, a calamity for the river. This has even led to a change in fish patterns and begun adversely affecting the 400 million people who live by the banks of the river Ganga. I'd like to give you an alternate scenario, very similar to our own, in fact. In the year 2006, the world's first cetacean, a cetacean is a dolphin, whale, or porpoise, in other words, a marine mammal, went extinct due to human reasons. I'm talking about the Baiji river dolphin in the Yangtze River in China, which extends into India as the Brahmaputra River. What's ironic is that this dolphin was called Goddess of the Yangtze by locals, yet it was the actions of her people that led to her eventual demise. What I find even more surprising is that no one talked about it. There were no discussions, no headlines. In fact, most people didn't even know about the existence of the river dolphin. I mean, how many of you know about the existence of the Baiji river dolphin, let alone knowing that it was extinct? It was only until 1997, when there were 13 remaining individuals, that there was a last-ditch effort to save them, and a team of international scientists from across the world came in to survey the river. This, however, was done in vain, as the last known Baiji river dolphin, Kiki, died in 2002, and in 2006, the species was declared extinct. As a planet, we lost one of the world's most remarkable and intelligent species. As a person, hearing this made me devastated. However, the fact that I didn't even know about it until I dug up information myself made me furious. We are on the brink of an ecological calamity. Though very recently, as a part of my project Save the Spirit of the Ganga, focused on conserving the river Ganga, I had the privilege of visiting the Vikramshila Dolphin Sanctuary in Bihar, where this picture is actually from. Over there, we were making a short film on the river Ganga, as well as a series of youth movements to engage the youth with a cause so important. There was a sanctuary. I was navigating through noise and tranquility, filth and reverence, wilderness and civilization, dolphin and destruction. Despite this, I was still provided with a sense of hope, as I'd witnessed more than just polluted waters and unpleasant noises. I traveled with a film crew, you see, and whilst preparing for a night shoot in a boat, we were blessed by the presence of a Ganges river dolphin trailing our boat. The sounds of the dolphin breaching air is what gives its name Susu by locals, as per the sound they make, assured us of their presence. The experience itself was magical, and I was able to see the part of the Ganga that truly was alive inside this 50-kilometer dolphin sanctuary. Not only were we graced by the presence of these dolphins, but we were able to see red-roofed turtles, otters, and migratory birds sweeping across the river Ganga. It was here that reinforced my belief of our chance to reach the state of the Ganga. It's for this reason that we need to maintain protected ecosystems, protect aquatic life, and stop the commercial and traditional exploitation of the river Ganga. It's also for this reason that we need to make sure traditions happening since millennia, age-old practices, can coexist sustainably with our river Ganga. What we don't realize is that as the youth, we're the world's most powerful generation, and we're on the beginning of a change. On the 18th of December, 2015, a group of us stood in solidarity, where young teenagers handed over a petition to the Japanese Embassy of India and held a peaceful protest against their Taiji dolphin slaughter. Each person's name on the petition showed their allegiance to the cause and their engagement with matters of concern in our world. Through this, I realized I became an influencer, and everyone else who attended the protest was also an influencer, because they influenced change. Think about it. Every like on social media, reaction on a Facebook post, your share of something important, your signature on an online petition, or a donation to a cause, be it small or large, represents something. It represents a desire for change. And if each of us engage with causes around the world in need of attention, we can indeed change the narrative. Recently, there have been remarkable shifts. Take, for example, Afroz Shah, a lawyer from Mumbai who reinstated my belief of our chance to save the river Ganga. He brought all of Mumbai together to clean Mumbai's beaches, and his biggest achievement as a result of his success was that for the first time in 20 years, turtles were found to lay their eggs on a now clean Versova beach. As I'm sure the previous speaker, Ms. Cutter, would agree with me, adding something to your Instagram story is more significant than it seems, because you make it a part of your story, viewable by millions, and a part of your digital footprint. And if this can happen for any one cause, it can happen for millions of causes across the world in need of attention. We just need the awareness and a mindset where people are willing to make use of their power, be it boast or protest. There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I believe if together as ordinary citizens, if each of us takes small actions multiplied by millions, we can change the world. Shukriya. Thank you.